Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wanted to direct the attention to number 4, an act concerning commuter rail infrastructure. I was looking through the subject matter discussions, and what I would like to ask the committee and some clarification that one of the most important things related to commuter rail is the issue of positive train control. And I would welcome a conversation to fully vet this and making sure that we are clear in ensuring that the public safety of our commuters are in effect and that we're not being misled by language and just bureaucratic responses. So I would welcome and I would seek the committee's leadership's recognition that if it is not set for a subject matter discussion, that we would have an opportunity for the public as well as the commuter council or anybody to come in and testify to the issue of positive train control, and that we also ask the commissioner as well as supporting bodies of the Metro North to be able to give a clear and definitive explanation of when it will be operational versus simply installed. Through you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And just to reiterate my opening comments, this is one of the bills that is one of the conceptual bills that covers all sorts of rail issues. We had numerous bills that were dealing with rail and rail infrastructure. So this will be the bill that would offer anyone an opportunity to talk about rails, to include or not include positive train control. And if that's something you desire, that'll be your opportunity to do so. There is no intent to mislead here. This was a clear statement by us as the committee members to address everyone's concerns in a way without having too many bills on the agenda for public hearings. So rail infrastructure covers that topic, and when that bill comes up for discussion, that'll be an opportunity to talk about that topic. Through you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Senator Hwang.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And it's important because it just came out in a report this morning that, Connecticut's rail system, commuter rail system, is rated average to below average and literally ranks 41st out of 50 states in this state. And so I would welcome and I would ask the indulgence of the committee leadership to put a focus, a laser focus, in addressing positive train control as one that is operational and ensuring the safety of all rail commuters in this state. And I would appreciate the committee leadership in putting a focus on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Any other
Thank you,
questions
Mr. Chair, and it's always tough to follow Representative Altobello. Commissioner, I'm going to call you Commissioner, your positive disposition will really serve you well. And even in your first run at Metro North, your reputation has always been one that is a responsive professional. So we welcome that in the Transportation Department. And I also want to take a moment to thank Commissioner Redeker for his great service to our state, and I wish him well as well. I think for me, one of the critical assets you bring to this conversation is your experience with the Metro North and the MTA. And I think it's going to be a critical factor for your experience and familiarity to be able to forge a new relationship with those bodies, one that is mutually respectful, but at the same time in understanding the needs as well as a transparency and ensuring that, rail safety, rail on time, rail service are critical to being able to build a foundation of trust for the people who use that. And I'm really encouraged to share with you that you have the entire delegation from the towns of Fairfield and Westport that serve on this committee. So you have a captive audience from these two towns that are very eager to work with you. And in fact, if I may offer, as you do these meetings, I would even suggest having a dual town meeting with you. And so welcome, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator. I think